whatever. I'm talking about a healing that's on a much deeper level and doesn't always manifest in the way that you want it to. You know, Nomad Village, and I hope many places will generate and develop and little communities and things that can grow and connect and network, maybe eventually have festivals, but maybe different festivals, like not knocking festivals that have happened and do happen, but I think maybe there needs to be more variety of what the festivals are and what the intentions are and purpose. But human gathering places where people let go and feel good and have fun and share information. I'm realizing now how important that is. It's crazy. And I've only got the sense of how important it is when it's taken away for so long. Now, I'm not telling anyone to do anything or telling anyone to believe anything. I'm just expressing my way I see things, my truth as it unfolds. I'm not telling people to throw off their masks or run into the streets and yell something. I'm not telling anyone to do anything like that. I'm just saying, in your own way, I'm inviting. I'm inviting people to, in their own way, just start to look within themselves and ask questions to that wisdom, that presence within themselves that goes beyond their average normal concept of who and what they are, their limitations, their believed limitations that I think we've had shoved down our throat for way too long, and we've come to believe it. And anyone that touches on deeper levels of who we are, they get shot down throughout history as quacks, pseudoscience. There's a bigger picture here that I see, and I know many people see it from many different backgrounds, and they will agree with me. And I'm trying to keep this as sort of vague as possible and not going into a specific action or interpretation for everyone's benefit, so that hopefully I can find a common ground for us so we can all relate. But my belief is we got to start doing something because those in charge do not have good things intended for us. Um, this is not going to stop. Gates is already predicting multiple more unleashes. It's like he believes it's just our future. So, and I don't have an answer. But I don't believe this is the way that we should need to go. And also question, if you will, if you feel like it, feel safe enough to, just question within yourself who appointed those that are in charge, that have taken on this task to control everything and tell us what to believe and what to do. Who chose those people? Did they appoint themselves? Are there others that have other ideas that are different, that are pushed into the background, or are they just as bad? These are things to ask. Like, are there other possibilities that just even consider that there could be other answers to what has been unfolded for us, to us, on us? Because I strongly do believe that for those of you that think this is the only answer and that authority must be given over to those powers that are in control, and that is the only answer and the right answer, I really strongly believe you are very poorly misinformed. And it's a very dangerous way to think, to give that much power to a small handful of human beings. My tummy is starting to say that breakfast is in order. Oh, I feel like having a really good breakfast too. Now that it's warm enough to operate my fingers. Oh. So I think I'm going to just wish everyone a wonderful day. And please, if you're on YouTube, push the like button. Um, I would love if you subscribe and listen to more things that I put out. They'll get better as I iron it out. I'm just kind of taking the crash landing approach, and I'm just running with it. And as I improve, rather than spend a month trying to learn something and never get anything out. It's been my more guerrilla style of doing this. But at the expense of the lack of technical abilities and knowledge, I hope I can at least capture through the flow of videos some essence of a message. Because all I can really offer is honesty, transparency. Try to be as honest as I can in what I say. And constantly remind people that I'm not saying that others have to have this belief. That's not the purpose of this. And that my belief will evolve as a really healthy belief system should. So I think I am off to breakfast. I don't know what. I thought about cooking up the muesli like I did yesterday. It was friggin' amazing, into oatmeal. With all the bits of dried fruit in it, all plump up. It was, maybe I might do that and then later have eggs and stuff. I was thinking about eggs too, because I haven't had fried eggs for so long. Like fried eggs and bacon and stuff like that would be really nice, although my bacon got used up. Oh, but boy, what I wouldn't give to share a breakfast with a person. Like, it's really crazy, how a meal shared is so different than just sitting by yourself quietly eating. And I have times where I desire and I want that. But there's other times where sitting around a table with one person or a handful of people and passing the potatoes, and it's just such an amazing thing. I'll tell you a deep dark secret of mine. Yesterday, I shook the hand of someone and it felt friggin' good. And it is a sin that has become this thing that you can't do. Like, fucking carry around a bottle of Purell, for fuck's sakes. Shake someone's hand and then fucking wipe it with Purell. I don't give a fuck. I mean, you put gas in your car. You know how many hands have touched that fucking lever? Oh my God. Do you wear gloves when you go on the subway? I'm sure people do. I'm not in the city, so. Like, there's only a point of extreme that you can take this before it becomes absolute insanity, And everyone's got to find where it fits for them. But I shook that person's hand yesterday. Obviously, they shook my hand. And I said, as a courtesy to them first, I said, under normal circumstances, I would really like to shake your hand. And they said, I don't have a problem with that. And I shook their hand, and it was fucking awesome. Isn't that a fucked up world? where you shake someone's hand and you feel like you've just done something horrible, and at the same time it just felt human. I hug my dogs, and it feels so good to have that physicality. And the person that I shook hands with, I didn't even know them. Never seen him before, never will see him again. But I felt their humanity. I felt their essence. I appreciated the short conversation. I liked them, their essence without knowing them really. I just appreciated them as a human, sharing a moment of time and space interaction. And for that, I just wanted to shake their hand. And the odd thing is, the few handshakes that I've had, I think three in the whole lockdown time, all with people that I may never see again, might, I don't know. And those will probably be among the few things that I'll remember on my deathbed whenever that comes. Those, like, I think back in life, and it's always the intense moments, the meaningful moments that I remember. Something made them more intense to be memorable. And it'll probably be the handshakes, those things that have been taken away from us with no friggin' medical background whatsoever. God. When I saw that poor girl convulsing in that room, and the look on her face when she finally became more conscious again, and just like you could tell, she felt horrible. Horrible, and she didn't want anyone touching her and leaning over her. It was just too much. And I thought, she's doing this to try and be safe and to be accepted and to not have to wear a mask, for the promise of living a normal life again, but also with the belief that she will be free from a chance of dying from this horrible disease. And yet there are plenty of medicines out there presented by many experts that are shot down by lesser experts. But yet people listen to those lesser experts. There are many medicines that you don't have to take that are questionably unhealthy and have been used for many years for other things. And reports from around the world of how, when these medicines have been administered at the start of feeling sick, how it lessens it, or even you don't feel it at all. Basically cures it. And there's a handful of them. Different choices, different strokes for different folks. You don't need to take an injection. You don't need to wonder what this will do to you, this unresearched thing. It's not necessary. So when I see someone suffering like that, and knowing that many are dying because of this, and this is a fact, for those of you that have a problem with this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to speak the truth. Why does someone need to die from taking one of these shots when they could take a medicine for that time being and it's cured? Whereas this questionable shot doesn't have a guarantee of anything. You could die from it. You could still die from a virus, even though you got it. It could bring on the virus. It's all the same as the flu shots. I'm just talking about the reality of a flu shot. It's no different, except the flu shot wasn't fast-tracked. And I'm going over this, and I'm as best I can trying to be understanding, compassionate, and loving, but just kind of bring up the a balanced view and cut back any opinion as best I can. But what I presented, it's like I'm confused. Why do people just not consider anything if Snopes doesn't say it's okay? Like, if that's not a God that you're believing in, I don't know what is, you know? They've prevented people from getting together in different religions to pray, spirituality, any meetings. They basically found everything that makes us human, and they've cut it off. And then they've given you Liquor Control Board of Canada. They've given you drive-through McDonald's. They've given you drive-through Tim Hortons. Do you ask yourself why? Best guess most people come up with for LCBO, liquor store, is that, oh, well, there are people who, if they don't get their liquor, will beat their wife. Is that really a good answer? Or could it be that when they get their liquor, they're going to beat their wife more? That's a reality as well. So people basically, this is an aspect of what turns me to question, is all these things that people don't ask questions about on a deep human level that is acceptable. Like, why is a liquor store open and something else more necessary isn't? The fact that people don't question these very real things that need to be questioned, to me, tells me there is a hypnotic trance induced by fear and other things. I strongly believe there is a hypnotic trance placed over a large portion of the public. And now this hypnotic trance doesn't hold well. So it has to be beefed up and supported every so often with a fearful event so that people run back to the huddle. And as well as in different measurements, carrots. So they'll do a shock event and then they'll put some little news thing out, probably fake or distorted, but some wonderful potential if you wire yourself into something, get a neuro link or whatever else they indulge in for wonderful news. I think the only shared wonderful thing that I know of is that a lot of people are starting to garden for vegetables, food to eat. And I'm seeing greenhouses being built in yards, and I'm seeing gardens, raised garden beds being built in front yards instead of flowers. And, the Jesuit Center in Guelph has got a grant to open up a larger tract of land for gardening so people can go there and grow their own vegetables and have that garden therapy. Now, that I was talking earlier in the video about creativity and how important it is, and the essence of it is as important for us as water and food. It is food. Well, I think that gardening, I'm not a big gardener, but I'm getting into it more. I never liked that feeling. I never liked the feeling of flour on my fingers. Never liked the feeling of a chalkboard and nails scratching on them, and I never liked the feeling of dry dirt on my fingers either. So I didn't like gardening when I was young, although my mother gardened, and I loved the smell of the vegetable. The smell of a carrot come out of the ground is something else, and to eat it, just brush the dirt off and fucking eat it with the dirt on it. you know, with the confidence that you don't have pesticides and weird shit on them where you can't. You know, to be able to safely just pick something and eat it is an absolute wonderful thing. And to grow those vegetables, the creativity and the love needed to nurture them is very, very healing to us. And for those that feel that it aren't creative in other ways, well, this is definitely a creative outlet that also produces an end product, food. So that makes me very, very happy. Oh, the sun feels so good. Feel like it's just warming my soul. But anyways, as I said, I was going to end this video and I'll start another one pretty soon. So stay tuned. Please subscribe, push the like button, and leave a comment. I'm only accepting nice comments. I'm not interested in anything angry and nasty. There's enough of it in the world. And I don't believe I put out anything angry or nasty in my message, so it doesn't invite anything likewise. And only, you know, anger and stuff, it comes from fear. So if anyone feels a little bit triggered, I just invite you to go within and just open your heart and feel for a while. Be patient. So, you're probably looking at my button or something for an hour there. I don't know where it was faced. But anyways, thank you for listening to me. I'm actually starting to get something out of speaking into a camera. It's I guess, an excuse to process things. It's just that. So if no one sees this, it doesn't matter because I've done something for myself, and it's very healing. I'm very thankful that I found this little avenue. So I'll see you in a little bit. Maybe I'll turn on the camera when I'm cooking breakfast if I feel it's worthwhile, if I have something to say. But I love you all, and I wish you all a wonderful day and wonderful rest of the weekend. I'm glad the fireworks have stopped because that was driving my dogs mad every night, and probably my neighbor. It definitely kept me up. But right now, all I want to do is just sit here, except my stomach tells me I have other things to do. So, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.